Well, the Kyle Rittenhouse murder trial has gained even more media attention again this week after Rittenhouse took the stand himself, and one of the men he shot admitted that he aimed his pistol at Rittenhouse. He is on trial for killing 2 men and injuring another during the BLM riots in Wisconsin in 2020. According to the Associated Press reports, Rittenhouse said that he was trying to get away from people pursuing him that evening, and video corroborates the story that the first man cornered Rittenhouse, put his hand on the barrel of his rifle. The second man hit him with a skateboard, and the third man came at him with a gun of his own. Wisconsin is not a stand-your-ground state, though they do have the castle doctrine. He could get life in prison if found guilty, and closing arguments are expected early next week. And the teacher shortage is continuing across the country. In Richmond, Virginia, school boards backtracked on the vaccine mandate as resignations started coming in. Fox News reports the same day a vote halted disciplinary measures for unvaccinated teachers. The board had approved 29 staff resignations. Over in Seattle, public schools are canceled for tomorrow, Friday, due to a shortage of teachers. In fact, more than 600 educators had requested substitutes or additional time off for the week, which school officials say is indicative of the fatigue in the education system right now. Over in Oklahoma, schools are seeing similar shortages after 6 were fired over refusing to wear masks. This after Governor Kevin Stitt said that school boards can't implement face mask mandates. NBC reports that the demand for K through 12 exceeds 100,000 teachers across the country. And it is Veterans Day. Thank you to all those who have served and are continuing to serve our country. Today we honor Max Cleland, who died on Tuesday. He was a Veterans Administration chief and a U.S. Senator from Georgia. He was 79 and died from congestive heart failure, according to the AP. He lost 3 limbs to a hand grenade in Vietnam as a U.S. Army captain in '68. Jimmy Carter had appointed him to the Veterans Administration and was one of the instrumental characters in recognizing, coining, and normalizing post-traumatic stress disorder. He worked to give veterans and families better care upon their return home. He held the post from 77 to 81. And the Biden administration has admitted that they are studying the impact of shutting down Line 5, a key pipeline that transports crude oil and natural gas from Canada to Michigan since the 50s. Carries about 540,000 barrels of oil and gas per day from Canada to Michigan, which relies on the pipeline for most of its propane needs. Keep in mind, during the first days in office, Biden signed several executive orders, including the axing of the construction of the 1,200-mile Keystone XL pipeline. It was designated to provide a direct route from 2 cities and send 830,000 barrels a day. Ohio General Assembly Bob Latta and 12 other lawmakers are urging the president to keep the line running, since closing it would only encourage the already rising energy bills. And Brian Williams has announced this week that he is leaving MSNBC. He's in the news business for 28 years with the network and was a top anchor at NBC News from 2004 to 2015 until he was suspended for falsely claiming that he was in a helicopter hit by enemy fire during the Iraq War. He lost his job and was then offered the 11 p.m. hour at MSNBC. Williams said that he'll be taking time off to spend with his family and, quote, "This is the end of a chapter and the beginning of another. There are many things I want to do, and I'll pop up again somewhere." He'll be leaving when his contract finishes at the end of the year. So there you have it.
Great, Sarah. So let me ask you an opinion.
Okay.
So the school issue with the teachers. So what's your feeling on that?
Unfortunately, it's not a new issue, but I think that COVID is exacerbating the issue. Unfortunately, teachers are deciding that they are not wanting to work in the public education system. You know, it's not worth the hassle, it's not worth the risk right now. So unfortunately, I think a lot of people are searching for other jobs, and it's just completely making the situation worse.
Yeah, that's the worst of all the news, you know, that our children are really being affected by all this.
They're the ones suffering.
Yeah, and it's sad.